Hey y'all, it's Kenny here and I'm back with another video. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you are returning, hey, and make sure you hit that notifications button so you know when I'm dropping another video. So y'all, I'm coming to y'all with this tutorial on how to basically achieve the perfect bleach knots. This is how I do it. I feel like I'm kind of a pro at this point in doing it, and this just works for me. So baby, you can screenshot these products or you can click the links in the description box that I have to the products below. But y'all, I swear by this method, okay? I originally had it on my Barb Life website for you to purchase, but I was like, no. I want everybody to have this method so that you know how to bleach your knots perfectly, feel confident in it, and be able to do it at home. Do keep in mind, y'all, this tutorial works best for raw hair. And what I mean by raw hair is like Indian hair or steam processed hair from one donor. When you're working with virgin hair, y'all, it's like a totally different realm because you're dealing with about 3 to 5 people different hair in one closure. So you do want to be very careful because that one you got to monitor a lot better and it just doesn't bleach all at the same level. So this is best for raw hair. So y'all, the closure I'll be using today is from my line, the Barb Life, and the only reason why I use this closure is so I can show y'all exactly what you want your knots on your frontals and your closures to look like. You want them to be small, y'all, because if you get the large knots, your parts are gonna look wide and you ain't going for that, honey. You going for Scapiana, you going for natural, baby. So you wanna make sure that you get small knots. And then also you want the hairline to look really natural. So then when you go to install it on yourself or your client, it's just looking good. It's looking bomb AF. Okay, y'all, so you want to start off by getting your foil sheet out. This actually kind of helps the bleaching process move a little bit quicker. So I'm using my Got To Be spray to kind of get those baby hairs out the way. Last thing you want is over bleached baby hair. So you're going to use the Got To Be spray to kind of pull those out the way. So y'all, now that we got our baby hairs pushed all the way back, let's get into this formula because this is key to achieving the perfectly bleached knots, okay? So you're going to use 1 scoop of the Clairol BW2 extra strength. Then you're going to use 1/3 cup of the Prism Lights in the blue, y'all. And then you're going to use 1 pump of this generic Shimmer Lights conditioning shampoo. I like this one because it works, y'all. And then you use 1 blue scoop, the same one that you use from the Clairol, with your 40 volume developer. And then you gonna start mixing, baby. Now, y'all, people use a lot of different tools to mix their bleach. I particularly like the whisk because it makes it so much easier to stir. On top of that, it makes your mixture, in my opinion, a lot more even. And then on top of that, y'all, I feel like you can see how consistent and see the consistency of your mixture a lot sooner. You can see if it's too thick or you can see if it's too runny. So I really like this whisk. So as y'all can see, the consistency is getting thicker, and this is really what I'm going for and what I like to see. But what I noticed is that when bleach sits for about 1 or 2 minutes, sometimes it gets thicker and a little too thick. So I like to use the cream developer, the remaining of it that's sitting in that cup, and pour that in there just so that I can maintain the same smooth consistency, because when I put it onto my closure, I want it to glide on like butter. Like, I do not want it too thick to where it makes it very uneven and very hard to put on your closure. Y'all, another one of my secrets is making these little peaks. I know it sounds crazy, but it works, y'all. So if you find that your peaks are falling, then you got way too much developer. But if you find that it's not gliding through smoothly and you can't make the peaks, then you got way too much bleach. So you just want to find that perfect balance between both of them so it's nice and smooth. So now that we got our bleaching mixture together, I like to go ahead and apply the bleach immediately because bleach is most active within its first 40 minutes. So I start at the back of the closure and I just gently put the bleach on. I do not press through the lace because I do not want over bleach knots and then I gotta fix it, and I'm not trying to do all that. So I go ahead and I use my Rattail comb to apply it. I don't use a tinting brush because it's a little bit too firm for me, and the comb allows me to control the product a lot better and control how much product I would like to put on the lace. So I start with the back of the closure because the back of the closure, I feel like the knots are a lot harder to bleach and they don't bleach as easy as the front of the closure. So I just take my time and put this on. And y'all, this process can take about 3 to 4 minutes. It just depends on the size of your closure or if you're using a frontal. And for me, this just allows more time for me to spread that bleach evenly and then just kind of refrain from pushing the bleach through the knots. So as y'all can see, I'm applying the bleach to the middle first, and that just all depends on where you're going to put your part. So this particular closure, I'm going to part down the middle. So if it's for yourself or for your clients, you're just going to put the bleach first wherever you're going to put your part. So if it's on the left, you'll start on the left. If it's on the right, you'll start on the right. And so that just helps the bleach in that area start kind of processing first so that you'll get that most realistic look, you know, give you scalpiana. We're about done spreading the bleach, y'all, and as y'all can see, I'm stopping at a particular point. We are not going to bleach the baby hairs right now. Anyone who has bleached baby hairs already know they bleach the fastest, and you don't want over bleached baby hairs, honey. You don't want that at all. So I'm stopping at the baby hairs, and we're gonna just do that separate, and that's best for beginners. Now, if you find that you get a little bit of bleach on the hair, you can use conditioner or you can use water to just kind of get that bleach out so that it doesn't process or start bleaching as well. So I'm just showing y'all here pretty much where you want to stop with the bleach on your closure. After about 30 minutes, y'all, this is pretty much what the closure is looking like. I like to live to about a 27. I like my knots on the brighter side. So when you go to tone it, they look clear, baby. You giving clear knots, okay? So do keep in mind, y'all, all closures are not created equal. So make sure that you're checking your closure like every 5 to 10 minutes. Once you have a system down to where you know kind of how it's going to be, then you're able to kind of, you know, go from there. But for me, I check about every 10 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all, that I'm talking so much. I just want to make sure I'm giving y'all all the tea on bleaching these knots correctly, okay? So right now you want to make sure that you're rinsing your bleach out in a downward motion. Mine a little turnt right now because I'm trying to show y'all what it's looking like on the other side, but you want to always make sure that your closure is facing downward when you are when you're rinsing out the bleach. So right now I'm just going in and I'm checking to make sure all my knots are bleached. Now, of course, the baby hairs aren't bleached because we didn't put bleach on those, but I just want to make sure all the little knots, baby, is bleached and giving us the scalp action right before we go to tone it. So you want to go in with your neutralizing shampoo right now and wash it a few times because you want to stop that bleach from processing and so it doesn't pretty much over bleach. Now, the next part is strictly for beginners. If you are intermediate to expert, then you can skip this next part because you kind of already know how your closures are going to bleach. So you know about 15, maybe 20 minutes into it that you want to go ahead and apply the bleach to your baby hair knots, and then they'll bleach right along with the rest of your closure. But if you are not familiar with it, then I strongly suggest you use this next part. So basically you want to use half of the measurements that you used before. So that means like half of the bleach, half of the pump of the shimmer light shampoo, and then half of the volume developer. So you'll use this mixture specifically on the baby hairs. So right here, I'm just showing you where you want to apply your bleach at this point. So I'm applying it strictly to the hairline where we had our baby hairs. And then also I saw there were a few spots that had a little bit of the black spots where maybe the bleach didn't get on it. And I'm just going to bleach those parts as well. Whenever I'm sending out a wig to a client or something, I just want to make sure everything is pretty much even. I feel like every stylist has their own thing, but for me, I just like for the closure to be bleached everywhere, so just in case my client wants to change their part. But as y'all can see, I'm just applying it to those areas because you do not want to apply bleach to anywhere else because you don't want to over bleach your closure. So after about 5 minutes, y'all, this is what the knots are looking like. This is what it's giving, baby. So it's pretty much lifted to the level I was going for. So we're ready to go ahead and just rinse that bleach out. So you want to make sure again that you're flipping your closure over and rinsing it out with your closure facing downwards. As y'all can see, I'm doing a little different because I just want to show y'all what it's looking like on the opposite side. And now we can go in with our neutralizing shampoo so we can just stop that bleach from processing on the knots. So now we're about to move on to toning the knots, and these two shampoos are the secret to getting the perfect tone knots. Okay, so as y'all can see, the closure is looking a little yellow. It's looking really yellow actually, and so you want to make sure that you tone that yellow all the way down. So you're going to use 1 pump of the black light, and you're going to use a half a pump of the shimmer light. And you're not going to apply it to the back of the closure. You're actually going to apply it on top of the closure because you don't want to turn your knots brown. You just want to get the yellow out. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to scrub for about 2 to 3 minutes, or maybe even 3 to 5. Let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Again, it just depends on your closure, and you should be ready to go. After about 10 minutes, y'all, this is pretty much what it's looking like. We don't see any yellow at all. Okay, so at this point, we're gonna go ahead and rinse out the shampoo just so we can make sure that our knots are nice and toned. As y'all can see, the closure is toned, the knots are toned, and you're gonna see a little bit of the brown, but honey, once it dries, it's gonna give you all type of scalp action. Like, it's gonna look clear. So now that we're done toning the knots, I like to go in with the conditioning and detangling shampoo just to put some more moisture back into the closure and also condition it. Because I deep condition and shampoo my wigs after I finish constructing them, I don't actually apply conditioner now. But you can take this time to apply your conditioner and be good to go. But I just use that shampoo as a moisturizer and conditioner. So y'all, this is pretty much what the closure is given once it's shampooed. Y'all, it is ready to be hung up and dry so we can make this wig, baby. But I hope this tutorial was super helpful for you guys. I appreciate y'all so much for watching and staying to the end, baby. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that notifications button so y'all know when I'm dropping another video. And I will see y'all in my next video. Love you guys. Later.
I'm a Barbie girl living in my Barbie world. I'm a Barbie girl living in my Barbie world.